And so on this 5th day of our Camino de Santiago, we hit a wall, we crumbled, we cascaded into the hellscape that is, yeah, I know it's kind of dramatic, but it's actually all true. So as we went through our first few days on the Camino, we didn't pay attention to the hardships. We thought we could make it. And I am fighting a fart that I don't entirely trust. Well, we had to take a rest day yesterday because we literally did hit a wall. Hour into day 4, and this has not been a very auspicious start. Just so tired, so aching painy, we really weren't taking care of ourselves. And then we had another big problem. Nikki got sick. So we are staying 2 nights here in this lovely town of Barcelos, Portugal. Not because it's beautiful, it is, but because Nikki really needs to rest. She spent all yesterday, all last night, hawking up things that should not be hawked up. She did take a COVID test. It wasn't the big C, but still, some virus has a hold of her. We got to take a little rest. And so you and I are going to take a little walk around this town. I know we saw it yesterday, but we're going to take a little deeper look today while Nikki is getting rid of whatever she has. And tomorrow, I know we're going to have the shortest day yet. And that needs a lot of explanation because it's kind of confusing. But for right now, let's let her rest and you and I can, well, enjoy this place. This is where we slept last night. In fact, those rooms right there, that was us. We have a queen size bed. We have a balcony that overlooks. We are in Centro. This is sort of the main historical area. This is also a Saturday at about 2 in the afternoon. It is quiet. We were surprised how quiet it was last night as well. They have a lovely, lovely garden. And it actually goes down over the hill back in there as well. And I have no idea what their obsession is with gallinas, with hens. But these things are everywhere. You may have seen this lady in the thumbnail of my previous video. I, honest to God, can't tell if her expression is one of satisfaction and happiness or weariness and pain. Maybe both? Okay, so let's talk Portugal. It is a lovely country. Before this, I had only been on holiday for maybe a week, but we've been to big cities, Lisbon, Porto. We've been to small cities, small towns. Everywhere we go has just been incredible. The people are very warm, they're very lovely, but there are some oddities around here. For instance, when you go to a restaurant, they will bring you bread. They will not bring you butter. When you ask for butter, they will stare at you like, butter? The Portuguese language, it's actually fairly easy to read. If you have any basis in any kind of Latin-based languages like Spanish, you pretty much got it. You can get yourself around here very clearly. But if you want to try to speak it or understand it spoken, oh my God, no. They talk so quickly here that it's just almost impossible to understand. You'll pick out words, 1 word, 2 words, a whole bunch of shizhes and zuzzes, and it's best just to read. You know, my absolute favorite thing about European cities is you turn a corner, walk out of an alley, and there's cafe, tables, umbrellas, beer, wine in this cute little corner. It's just everywhere. We don't have those in the States. We don't seem to have them in many other places. In Europe, this is completely normal. And narrow cobblestone streets with cars trying to kill you is also fairly normal. Okay, I showed you where we were staying last night. Now I'm going to show you where we're staying tonight. It's still a guest house. We still have a private room. It's just a little bit different. Just have to cross this river here and go into Barcelinhos. She said she wanted a Fanta. I don't see anything that looks like a Fanta. Okay, that's literally a Fanta, so that's what she asked for. And if she's not into the Fanta, we have the adult version of Fanta. Casa das Pombas. Feels like a little mom and pop kind of place. We already met the owners. They're really, really nice. And, well, that little spot right there, number 3 is us. Okay, how am I going to do this? We have a handful of beverages and a camera. Hi. I brought you Fanta. How you feeling, baby?
Alive.
Alive.
I'm losing my voice, so I don't like to talk close to it.
And this is what you get for 30 euros. It's not quite what we had before, but honestly, I'm kind of digging a place like this much better. Although I got to show you my favorite chair. I don't know where the legs of this thing went, but it don't fit me. Good morning. So the plan today is actually a very, very short day. And the reason is the Camino is not one length. They're not equidistant spaces between stops. So we have a choice. We can either go short or we can go long. We're going to go short, give Nikki another day to rest and recuperate, and then we'll get back on the Camino. But don't worry, it's not going to be a completely boring day. I'm going to tell you all about the history of this fine thing once we get out of town. I am back. Did you miss me? Okay, what is the Camino? Well, it has been going on for over 1,000 years. St. James, or the Apostle James at the time, well, he was beheaded and his followers took up his bones and they moved them to northern Spain, which is what now is Galicia. And the Camino is a pilgrimage for people to walk all over to the cathedral where his bones are kept to find spiritual whatever it is. I don't know, I'm not spiritual. But the hike is to go see the bones of St. James. And in the year 1140, one of the very first tourist guides was ever created. And yes, this was quite the tourist thing. The pilgrimage to go see the bones of St. James was as popular as the pilgrimage to Rome or the pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Now, the peak of the Camino was back in the 12th and 13th century, back when the Crusades were a thing, and it was considered a really, really cool thing to do. Now, when the Protestant Reformation decided to come around, well, the Camino also sort of slowed down, and World Wars I and II pretty much put the kibosh on anybody walking across country lines. This is what is called a pilgrim passport, and you can see inside of it, it has lots and lots of stamps. You get one of these at the very beginning of your Camino. By the way, they didn't do this back in the day. And you get stamps along the way. When we get to the cathedral at the end, they'll review your stamps. You have to walk a minimum of 100 kilometers. Now, this isn't just a semi-legal thing so you can get your certificate of completion at the end. A lot of people use these to come back with memories. They look at the stamps and they go, oh, I remember that place. It's really a fun thing to sort of memorialize and remember what you did on your Camino. All right, this next part is going to require me to read because, frankly, I can't keep this many numbers in my head. There are currently 281 separate Caminos, meaning recognized, authorized. You can pretty much come from anywhere, but there are 281 of them, and they encompass more than 51,000 miles. Oh, they go through 29 different countries, and in 2023, take a wild guess on this one. How many pilgrims do you think walked to the very end and got their certificate? Over 404,000 people. That's a lot of pilgrims. Well, that had to be the shortest hike day ever. It was well under an hour. But Nikki and I talked about it and we agreed. She's almost better, but she's still a little short of breath, still a little wheezy. It just makes sense for us to stop here and rest one more night. Now, we were just looking at the app that tells us where we want to go next, and we've got choices. Either way, we've got a long day tomorrow. And either we go a long way and we stop at a place that actually charges 85 euros a night per person, or we go just a little bit farther than that and it's 5 euros a night per person. You get the feeling that because of that long stretch that somebody might be trying to make money. And anyway, that's our plan for tomorrow. Now, I did have a moment last night. I was watching YouTube and I was Some lady who has a YouTube channel, she's talking about her first few days on the Camino, and I was just hooked on it. Not because of what she was showing, not because of anything other than her passion, her excitement. I got infected by it, and I suddenly realized I haven't really seen much. I haven't gotten into the flow. I haven't felt like a pilgrim. Well, all of that changes tomorrow. Everything that we're going to start doing, for me at least, I'm going to start doing it for real. Everything up till now has just been practice. With that, be healthy, be happy. Thank you so much for watching and joining me on this journey, and you wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be good.